Hi, this is Curtis with the Old Map Gallery. Today is going to be a little bit on biology, a little on science, a little on tech, and the progress of mankind in the 20th century. First up, a periodic chart by Hubbard from '53. Look, there's no Einsteinium, there's no Livermorium. That's right, because there's only 98 basic elements. Based on Mendeleev's chart, he of course hypothesized that more could be found in time, so he would leave room in his diagram. This gets us to 98, as it was at the time. An interesting product of the atomic age, a nucleon chart. It's going to show us what's stable and what's decaying. From one portion, it's showing us the number of neutrons, one portion, the number of protons. But what it's basically giving us is a hypothetical or a thematic understanding of what's stable and what's not. First done in '35, Karlsruhe University began producing them in the '50s. This is in the 1980s edition when there were just 2,000 some odd nuclides identified. Today it's over 6,000. Next up, and probably the most important thing that we have, Bill Clinton, when he unveiled this at the end of the Human Genome Project, he discussed it in terms of Lewis and Clark, and he said it was Lewis and Clark was a map that it gave us the understanding of the contours and the expanse of the frontier. This is indeed Solera's map for the human genome. This is how you make a human. This is on the brink of completion in 2001. What had begun as a project of 20-some international labs changed rapidly once computers got involved and Moore's law took effect. And all of a sudden, what was taking years to do a portion, and they thought it might take as much as several hundred years to do, it was taking a matter of months. This is one of the most important maps, and Bill Clinton described it as the map of the frontier of humankind. What's interesting is the thought at the time was, when this is done, we'll be able to fight any disease, we'll be able to fix anything because it's all genetic. What it really revealed is we don't know about epigenetics, we don't know about the proteome, we have a rough sense as to what's happening with chromosomes, but we don't know much. It was supposed to be the beginning of the end. What it really was the end of the beginning. One cool thing I have to ask, what's the first name that comes to your mind when you think of Apple computers? Wrong, it should be Steve Wozniak. This is a schematic of Apple I. These are done modern, but it's a cool thing that shows the first computer that he made by hand, wiring it by hand, set the whole thing up by hand, constructed by hand. And this, signed by Steve the Woz himself. We have those for sale. Matter of fact, we have all these for sale on our webpage, or feel free to contact us through Facebook or G+, or our webpage. See you next time. Thanks.